thanks to generous support from Sandia National Laboratories, we were able to put together a scholarship program that brought some students in from around the country and around the world. One of our students who probably came from the farthest distance away, Niels Fael, we're very excited to have you here and join us. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts. What do you think of the show? Anything you saw that really stood out?
It's been such a good experience over here. Yeah. It's really exciting. I haven't slept that much in the last few days.
Of course.
But it was really interesting enough to keep me going.
Yeah.
The shows were awesome, especially I've seen a talk about global opportunities for energy storage across different countries. Mm-hmm. Since I'm from Europe, this of course is a very interesting angle to me. Yeah. And it's been great. I think I've learned a lot. And most importantly, I've met a lot of interesting people over here and had a lot of good talks.
That's good, that's good, that's great. And yeah, obviously you're European based. Where are you going to school and what are you studying right now?
I'm going to school in the Netherlands, in Groningen, a small town in the north of the Netherlands. Right. And I actually study psychology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so how does that fit into all of this here? So how's the show been for you for the experience?
Yeah, so the way I got here actually was that I did a bit of interdisciplinary work on energy law and doing that in the area of smart grids, also energy storage being included in the smart grids, and the legal framework in the US and in Europe.
Yep.
And I was doing that with George Washington University, and then I heard about this conference. Actually, you were telling me about the conference.
Yep.
And
it was great to come and speak with people at GW, and
yes.
I'm glad you were there. Glad we were able to bring you here as well. So.
And I found myself fitting in quite well, to be honest.
Yep.
Which was, I was a bit afraid I maybe wouldn't fit in too well.
Yep.
But it's a young and growing field in that regard, and it's a lot of engineers that really have great ideas and are passionate about their subjects.
Yep.
But I think there also is room for growth and to introduce other disciplines and improve on how companies represent themselves, how they talk to society or customers, and so I think psychology does have a role in this.
Perhaps so, and that's been a big theme, I think, of everything this week is, how do we define ourselves in the space? Who are we when we say we're
Because actually you've got a great story to tell.
Absolutely.
Right. It's about security, it's about providing something so essential as energy.
Yep.
And it's a great opportunity. So you have a good story to tell, and you are actually doing a good job at really bringing out that story.
I appreciate that. But so you're obviously on a deadline. You're getting back very soon. You have your thesis due.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about the thesis you're working on. It fits great.
So I was doing some energy law, as I've already told, and I'm also being concerned about the risk that's involved in investments and how people think about opportunities and risks. Mm-hmm. And so what I was actually doing before I got to university, sort of why I also ended up in psychology, was that I did some wind power siting, and I worked together with local communities trying to develop the projects there. A lot of town hall meetings, a lot of municipality meetings, local politicians, and I made the experience that it's easy if you get everybody on board at an early stage, you can make a reasonable argument, and it just gets so much easier from there on to realize those projects.
Yeah. Well, that sounds fascinating. I hope it all goes well for you, and thank you so much for taking advantage.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah. Safe travels back to Europe, and
thank you.
Glad you were here. Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.